Good morning, sleepyheads. Today, we're gonna make a breakfast bomb that's gonna wake up your taste buds. In this recipe, we're gonna create a bacon weave, and then we're gonna throw some sausage on top of it, and then some ham, and then we're gonna get some scrambled eggs in there, throw some cheese on it, take it, roll it up, and take it out to the smoker, throw some more cheese on it, and top it with some tomatoes, and then we're gonna bring it on in and chop it up and let you know how it tastes. First thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and saute some onions and garlic with just a little bit of butter, and then we're going to add the eggs to this. So I got 5 eggs scrambled up here. It's going to throw in some milk to give them some fluffiness, about a 1/4 cup or so. Use your best judgment and stir it in, and then we pour. Right. Now with the scrambled eggs, we don't want to fully cook them. I mean, we want to make sure that they're soft and fluffy, but they're going to be sitting in the smoker for about an hour to kind of finish up the cooking. So these eggs are looking pretty well done. You can see that there's really no liquid left in here, just a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these guys off of the burner, set them to the side. For a bacon weave, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get some parchment paper down so our bacon doesn't stick and it'll be easy to roll once we get to that process. So what I'm going to do is make a 6x7 bacon weave here. And if you haven't ever made a bacon weave, it's pretty simple to do. The first thing you want to do is put your base layer down. So you got we'll make it 7 rows of bacon. And try to kind of flip them every other one or so. You want to make this bacon weave as tight as possible because this is what's going to hold all the ingredients together. So that 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, now that we got our base layer of bacon, of the bacon weave put together, what we want to do is pull back every other one. And then we're going to lay our first layer of bacon like so. And then all we're going to do is pull these back over the top. And now what we want to do, every other row, we want to pull that back over the top of that first layer. And then we want to get our next piece of bacon laid in the middle, like so. Pull these back over the top. And then just keep repeating the process. Now we're going to pull every other one back. And then you just keep repeating this process until you have the bacon weave completed. The next thing we need to add to our breakfast bomb is the sausage. And I've already pre-rolled it so that way it's even and I don't have to get in here and mash it and mess up my bacon weave. So all we're going to do with this is we're just going to throw this right on top here. Just like so. And then once you get it on, if you need to move it around, you can do that. Let's try to get it closer into the middle. Don't want it too close to the edges here. All right, now that we got our sausage on our bacon weave, I like to add some pork and poultry Traeger rub into the middle here to give it a little bit of flavor. This is apple and honey, and it goes really well with any bacon that you're doing. So just give it a nice little coating on the sausage here. Not too much because this can be a little overpowerful, especially since we're going to use it on the outside of the bacon as well. Once you got your rub in there, next thing we want to add is our eggs. We may not be able to use all of these eggs because we don't want to overstuff this and have everything coming out the edge, but let's see how much we can get on here.
you're on.
Good. All right, now that we got our eggs ready to go, the next thing I'm going to throw on is some ham. This is going to be a meat lover's breakfast bomb. Again, we don't want to overstuff it, but you know what? Sometimes that happens. So we just deal with it. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit too much. All right, so that looks good to me. And then with this recipe, I'm also going to throw on a couple slices of Velveeta cheese to get that cheese in the middle. I always got to have that surprise cheese in the middle. There we go. There is your breakfast bomb. Now we roll her on up. So this is why we use the parchment paper. So what we're going to do, we're going to take one end here. And we're going to try to start rolling this bad boy. Roll her on over. Again, this is going to slide a bit on you. So you're going to want to try to get your hands in there and just roll it the best that you can. There we go. We got some coming out the edges here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stuff that back in there with our fingers. Just try to jam it in as best as you can. So what we want to do is we want to be able to close up these ends so that nothing falls out. There we go. So now we're going to close up these ends over here. Just like so. Close up the other end. Looks like this one kind of got away from us, but that's okay. Just kind of jam it in there the best that you can. Give it a nice little push. And there we go. We're all rolled up. The last thing that we need before we actually head out to the smoker, we need to get some seasoning on to the outside of this. So again, I'm going to use that Traeger, the apple and honey pork and poultry rub on the outside and give it a nice good coating. This is going to add a lot of color and a lot of flavor. Try to get the best you can on the edges. Oh, would you look at that? Our breakfast bomb is filled with bacon, sausage, scrambled eggs, cheese, ham, and it's ready to go outside on the smoker. So you know what that means. It's time to come smoke with me. We have our Traeger preheated up to 350 degrees. Now all we got to do is we got to get our handy dandy meter into the middle of this breakfast bomb. And again, we're trying to hit an internal temperature here of about 165. So we'll get that in there. We have the Traeger preheated to 350 again. We're using Apple pellets, and we don't cook by time, we cook by temperature. So again, 165 is the internal temperature we're going for. I'm estimating anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour. So let's get the breakfast bomb on the smoker and let's start smoking. Once you get it in, you may want to try to close up the ends a little bit more. There you got some goodness dripping out. All right, we're all tucked in. And now all we got to do is let it smoke. All right, so we had some technical errors. But as you can see, I already sliced this guy up. So take a good look at that. We got our ham, our cheese, our eggs in the middle, wrapped in the sausage and the bacon. We topped it with some cheese and some tomatoes. And I already had my first bite. And I'm telling you, This is a breakfast that I would want to wake up to every single morning. So give this recipe a try.